good afternoon. Good afternoon, radio listeners. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I am Pavi OG, your host of War Notes, and it is now Tuesday, August 19th, 2025. I got baby Victor here as co-host. It is exactly 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and let's dive right straight into the heart of what's happening across our nation and around the world without a single break. Everywhere you look, the threads of democracy and justice are being tested in real time. Starting with the latest on the Jeffrey Epstein files, the Justice Department is set to hand over a new tranche of documents to Congress beginning this Friday, August 22nd, as ordered by House Oversight Committee Chair, Representative James Comer. These files include materials on Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, although any identities of victims and sensitive content will be redacted. Lawmakers will also receive grand jury transcripts that have already been annotated for public release. This move comes amid long simmering controversy over missing client lists and widespread calls for full transparency that the DOJ is cautiously addressing. Now, amid that, President Trump has appointed Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey as co-deputy FBI director, sharing power with Dan Bongino, signaling a shift in bureau oversight and amid mounting tensions. Meanwhile, Bongino has accepted the change despite internal friction. Now, listen clearly now, folks, especially us ladies, on the voting rights front. Alarms are sounding across the country. Executive orders from earlier this year requiring documentary proof of citizenship to register to vote, threatening to reject mail-in ballots post-election day, and giving federal agencies sweeping oversight of voter rolls, remain under legal challenge. The League of Women Voters and other civil rights groups have already filed lawsuits, and courts temporarily blocked these overreaching mandates. To make matters worse, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth recently amplified extreme Christian nationalist rhetoric by reposting a video that argued for the repeal of the 19th Amendment, an act that has raised the alarm about the rollback of women's suffrage. Now listen clearly. Though the Pentagon insists Hegseth supports women voting, his move has sparked outrage and deep concern. Indeed, that's according to Reuters and the Daily Beast. It's all across the news forums. Now, across the globe, authoritarianism creeps forward under the guise of order. In an echo of disturbing trends, political overreach is creeping into the very core of civil rights, just as our own democracy trembles under internal strain. Now, what's happening right here at home, in our neighborhoods, our daily lives and household economies. Walmart prices have continued to climb. And while there's no exhaustive listing today, typical grocery staples have edged upward thanks to new tariffs and aluminum taxes. A gallon of great value milk, is hovering near approximately $3.50 to $4 right now at Walmart. A loaf of bread near almost $1.50. Near $1.50. That's expensive. A dozen eggs are around $3.90 to $4 on average, and a pound of chicken breast are about an average of $3 a pound in range. Produce and pantry items are similarly rising as supply chains and energy costs are passed to the consumer. Now, from a quick glance at Walmart's essentials, water, cooking oil, eggs remain in highest demand. For example, Great Value purified drinking water is about $5.47 right now, today, for a multi-pack. Great Value vegetable oil is around $3.97 on average, and Great Value large white eggs are roughly about $3.97 as well if you get a 12-pack. Okay? Now, while not tied specifically to tariffs, supply pressures continue to weigh on prices. However, we all know that the tariffs is the lump sum of the problem, the major lump sum. So let me be clear. This is what authoritarianism looks like in slow motion. When a cabinet official toys with erasing the right of women to vote, when sweeping election constraints are enforced through executive fiat, when oversight threatens to dig into soft spots of federal agencies, that is what you call dictatorship. Not bold leadership, not disciplined governance, but a slow dismantling of the very foundation of our republic. And God help the MAGA woman who thought that she was voting for a protector of her rights, only to wake up in a world where those rights are being decimated or openly mocked. Meanwhile, Americans are grappling with a stifling economy. I apologize. Groceries continuing to bite into budgets. Essential household goods not getting more affordable, and the promise of democratic participation shrinking under political manipulation. So I'm calling on every listener to take action now. Subscribe now to War Notes if you wish to do so. You're not obligated, but I urge you to do so. You're not just tuning in. You are standing up. So share our videos. I have crime notes on here. I have living history with me. Myself, Pavio G. I'm a living historian. Okay? Because you never know which one of those pieces of information or one of those videos will save your life or that of your neighbor. Now, we're not yet at 1,000 subscribers, not even 400. But every share counts. Every voice matters. And without your support, this truth has no broadcast. That's just the reality. So please, everyone listening today, I thank you all for being here. Stay safe out there. Stay skeptical of power without accountability. I am Pavio G, your host, and this is War Notes. History is happening, you all, right in front of your eyes. And resistance begins with being informed. I thank you all for being here. Thank you so very much. Love you all. And baby Victor says bye too.